Hear what I have to tell you. From this day forth you will call me Mrs. Tory Bay. I shall no longer answer to my former name, Constance Pum. Have you all got that? I have been told that young Conservatives now change their names before an election. You know that I am still very much a young Conservative at heart, passionate to see tax breaks given to the rich and the corporate bosses. The poor must always be held accountable for having had parents who were so stupid they couldn't even afford to give them a private education. Now they expect free education and health services. Why must the rich and fiscally responsible like us have to support the idle? Can't you see how this is common sense to Conservatives? People in Tory Bay must know that we won't be setting up town councils in Paynton. This will save us money. Now repeat this. Only Conservatives are responsible for holding back money that poor people need. Say it again. Only Conservatives are responsible for holding back money that poor people need. Remember, we are the party of low taxes, say it. We are the party of low taxes, we help the rich. What do? We make the poor rich never park these beliefs under any circumstance. This is the plan. Tell those on the doorstep that a vote for us on the 2nd of May will save them £300 a year. Yes, that is a whole £300 taken off their council taxes by us, the wonderful Tories. Just watch the pupils in their pathetic little eyes roll over and turn into pound signs. They won't be able to resist voting for us when they hear this. Remember, we are the party that uses austerity to make cuts to public services but keeps taxes low to help the rich. Avoid reminding people in Bedsit who wouldn't be allowed to vote if I had my way. How we won't license the landlords are our friends. Licensing would make sure these wasters and drug addicts get a decent home, but we want to maximize profits for landlords, not raise housing standards for them. As a get-out clause, tell any tenants who have listened to the Reds and the opposition daring to challenge our objection to licensing that their landlord will be forced to sell up, and they will be glad to have a space behind the former New Look store in Temperance Street. Landlords can't be stopped from being able to afford another brand new 4-wheel drive Mercedes every year. It's what we Tories call in the business, Project Fear. Remember that. Dish out plenty of Project Fear, it's in our DNA. There are a few other things to remember at this critical period in our Conservative history. Pretend at being the Mr. or Mrs. Nice Person. We have to show we care for everyone, even those hanging about in Abbey Road, Castle Circus and on street corners up in Heel. I know it will be hard, believe me, but keep practicing the Tory stiff upper lip and have a bottle of strong-smelling salts in your handbag. It can do wonders if you need to go into the cottage or room of a poor. A fool and their right to vote isn't something we can ignore in Tory Bay, regrettably. A good tip is to make out to the plebs that you were once homeless and destitute too, and pretend to know firsthand how they feel. They will look most surprised when you do. Then say how you took yourself somewhere quiet, well away from local business, and while you might be seen. One day, you were suddenly filled with hope and salvation, having seen the light and voted Conservative for the first time. Since then, you have become a new person, owning shares in MDL and the TDA. Well, off you all go now, hurry, quick, and get in the votes. There is no way I intend leaving this town hall on the 2nd of May. The Liberal Democrats, or whoever, will have to take me, kicking and screaming, even more so, if they enter, to destroy the picture of Mrs. Thatcher and Mr. Rees-Mogg that adorn this lovely mead-foot room, and cover the walls and their tacky yellow paint, to hide our inspirational verse. Keep any talk of Brexit away from the doorstep agenda. For I say this, we are in very dark days indeed. We are so badly tarnished, as the Conservative Party of bitter division and infighting, both here at the Town Hall and in Westminster. Locally, we were in charge when an illegal planning application got passed to build an ugly tower block on Torquay Harbour, and furthermore, meddling protesters have made us look fools. Damn them, I repeat, damn them. We have presided over the slow demise of the much-loved local pavilion on Torquay seafront. This has not helped matters either. Distance yourself completely from our government when with non-conservatives. For these are unprecedented days. Simply stick to local issues, avoid any talk of Mrs. May, and how she might go down in history as this country's worst Prime Minister ever. You must remember to introduce new words to your vocabulary, like, wanting to help all our local communities. Stay away from any talk of cuts we have made to public services across Tory Bay. We know they have harmed the poor communities. As I would expect, you will keep all these things well and truly buried.